It's important that we realize that everyone learns, or rather improves, differently. But one thing we all have in common is this, and I've learned this as a coach over the past, 35 years or so. When you teach your athletes to attack the things that they're not good at, attack the things that make you nervous. So if I was to say, and we do this as an exercise in our 28-day camp, as well as in our academy, I'm like, write down the one, maybe two things that if you could wave a magic wand and make them go away, that you would do it. One could be, I get too nervous. One could be bottom, which is very common. Okay. Can you make those go away in 3 weeks? You probably can. You dump all of your time into bottom wrestling. It's got to be an obsession. This is not going to go away on its own. Sure, will you improve over time? Yeah. But it might cost you a state title or two before you really, really get great on bottom. Why not, instead of taking 3 years, let's just knock this out in 3 weeks. You can almost knock it out in 3 days, really. Maybe you get really nervous. Well, maybe just listen to listen to David Taylor, listen to Jordan Burroughs, read a couple of books. Our playlist on YouTube is actually very good. Our little book is very good. I make like $1.75 on that book, so I'm not trying to sell you anything, but that has been career changing for a lot of athletes, and there's some famous jiu-jitsu athletes who call it their Bible. It's a very good way to kind of just learn. I've dumped everything I've learned into that book, okay? But whatever you decide, you just have to attack it. You'd be surprised when you listen to 20 videos. Cale Sanderson, John Smith, David Taylor, Tom Ryan, Terry Brands, Tom Brands, Brent Metcalf, Kevin Dresser, some of these top college athletes and top college coaches, the famous women, right? Sarah Hildebrandt, she's talked about some things on Instagram that were very good. And what happens is the videos or the book or the chapter of the book or the page of the book or the talking point that changes your whole career doesn't mean anything to me. It's like, I thought that was stupid. I thought that book sucked. I threw it down. I watched that video. I turned it off. I thought it was terrible. It wasn't speaking to you because that's not your problem. Some of us have motivation problems. Some of us don't. You send me a motivation video, I'll turn it off. I don't have time for it. I have no problem with motivation. My weaknesses are in other areas, right? So when you teach your kids that your problem is not going to go away by a magic wand, but you write it down and you figure out a plan of how to make it go away, or just think if it's like 70% better. Holy cow. Now you're top 3 in the nation instead of 8th in the state. It's like, holy cow, you fix those 2 issues, your wrestling's going to soar. So educate your kids on getting angry and ferociously attacking problems. And I think you're going to find that it changes their entire career. Check us out at purlerwrestling.com. You can subscribe if you want to see more. Share this with 5 others. Thank you for following us.